And here we are coming towards the end of our conference. Now, I want to introduce our next speaker, one who certainly needs no introduction. An Taoiseach, Leo Varadkar.
I'm truly honoured and privileged to speak at the Diversity and Inclusion Conference today. I'd like to thank Clive and all of the organising committee members of Cork LGBT+ Pride Festival for this opportunity. I'm really sorry I can't be in Cork in person today, but I know this is the second year the conference has taken place. And it is really important that these events should continue to take place, even if it has to be virtually, at least for now. This year, many Pride events have been cancelled or moved online. Not being able to hold events in person is a loss felt by everyone in the community. And I have to say, I share the disappointment that the traditional festivities and protests cannot take place. But I recognise that people are understanding of the restrictions COVID has put us under, and are taking up the challenge to celebrate and campaign in new ways. With the easing of restrictions recently, we hope to see more in-person events in the not-too-distant future. The LGBTI+ community has faced other challenges recently, both here at home and also internationally. And we must reflect on a number of ugly incidents that have happened during June Pride Month, such as the graffiti on Capel Street and the burning of flags in Waterford City. While these acts are done by a few people with little public support, it is chilling nonetheless, and reminds us that to some people, we are still the other, and that the battle for equality and respect is far from over. On the international stage, Ireland has joined our EU counterparts to condemn the law passed by the Hungarian Parliament in June. This law is clearly an attempt to target and erase visibility and self-expression of LGBTI people in Hungarian society. There is no place for laws like this in Europe. These events make us step back for a moment and remember what Pride is all about and why Pride celebrations are still so important in terms of promoting the self-affirmation, dignity, equality, and increased visibility of all members of the community in Ireland and indeed around the world. It also reminds us once again that Pride started as a protest, and it still is. It's these themes that the government seeks to emphasise in the National LGBTI+ Inclusion Strategy and the National LGBTI+ Youth Strategy. The aim is to target discrimination, promote inclusion, improve quality of life and well-being of LGBTI+ people in Ireland, and in particular, young people. Ireland remains one of the very few countries that has developed a national strategy for LGBTI+ young people. The mission is that LGBTI+ young people are visible, are valued, and are included. And we're fulfilling this mission by creating safe, supportive, and inclusive environments for young people who are members of the community, improving mental, physical, and sexual health and well-being, and by developing the research and data so that we're able to understand the lives of young people. As we all know, the pandemic has been an extremely challenging time for all of us. And younger people have been especially affected by the public health emergency and the restrictions. Indeed, they've borne the brunt of it in terms of the impact economically on education and on relationships. In addition to the youth strategy, Ireland's first national LGBTI+ inclusion strategy was published back in November 2019. And I'm proud to have led the government that did so and worked closely with it, on it with Foreign Minister Catherine Zappone. The development of this inclusion strategy was underpinned by a robust consultation process, which took place through a series of regional and thematically focused workshops, facilitated by leading experts. Regional sessions took place across the country, including an event in Cork. A number of significant goals from the inclusion strategy have been achieved since its launch. For example, in April, the government enabled adoptive couples to choose which parent may avail of adoptive leave, and in doing so rectifies the anomaly that left married male same-sex couples unable to avail of adoptive leave. We also ended the presumption that the adoptive mother be the primary caregiver, and this permits families to choose the best option for them. It also provides for the availability of paternity leave and benefit to the parent who is not availing of the adoptive leave element. In addition to this, the inclusion strategy provides funding to groups who provide support to the LGBTI+ community across the country. In 2020, I know a number of groups were successful in the programme and used funds to run Pride-related events in the community. I also understand that some applications in the Cork area were successful and some really fantastic projects stemmed from this funding. The 2021 LGBTI+ community funding programme is currently open for applications, and this is being run by the new Department of Children, Equality, Disability, Integration and Youth, led by my colleague, Minister Varadkar. I know the theme today is Together Apart, and this reflects the challenges we face as a society today. Everyone in attendance knows that having pride in the workplace drives positive change, and fostering the right behaviours, attitudes and actions in the workplace setting is vital for this change to take place and be established. We know that diversity has benefit for everyone, for employers, for employees, and all members of a team. And it's important to people from all sorts of backgrounds, as everyone has different skills and different knowledge that they can provide to help enhance any organisation. And that's a fact that's being recognised in the public sector as well, through the work of the Public Appointment Service. As well as recruitment policy in the public sector, the government is currently looking at other ways to lead in making Irish workplaces the most inclusive in the world. This is a commitment under the Programme for Government, and views are now being sought on the scope of the current definitions of the 9 equality grounds, including the amendment of the gender ground to better protect people who are transgender or intersex. I believe that we as a society must continue to strive to make Ireland a better place to grow up in as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender or intersex young people. I'd like to finish once again by thanking Clive Davis for the invitation to attend this great event. I'd also like to thank again the organising committee and all the organisations and participants who've contributed. I'd like to wish everyone participating in Cork LGBT Pride Festival and the Work with Pride Conference every success in the future. Happy Pride, and thank you, Cork.
Joy, inside and out.
Diversity, all different, all the same.
Connection, virtual hug scout.
Listening. To laugh, to love, to learn.
Acceptance. A warm reception, always.
Authenticity, because fair's fair.
Awareness. Everyone welcome.
Kindness. It's cool to be kind.
Inclusion. You do you.
Equality. For you, for me, for everyone.